Hey, what up everyone? Today I'm going to talk about notlink and film a video tutorial how I build this. So let's jump into it. But before, let me firstly talk about how does it work. It's really simple. You need to put long URL and then it will shorten. It's really fast. For example, we can put this URL or this URL and then here. There is also encryption option. If you click this, it will be encrypted in the database for security reasons. So before this, so make sure to put a star on our repo here and you're good to go. Okay, and then if you're done, just click on it done and then you can encrypt this. And this URL will be saved not as a URL, but as some sequence of characters and the numbers and the database for security reasons. Just click this, verify for human, and then let's go. Here we go. We have shortened URL. If you click this, it's copied. We recently added the feedback. You can see the check button. Yeah, and let's put it here and click enter. It will redirect the original URL. Firstly, let's talk about the backend stuff, and the next and the front end. How we can build, how we can make requests, and how we can integrate the Cloudflare and etc. Let me firstly create a new file. Oh my gosh, tutorial.md. Okay, we will be talking about it's built with Rust, Shuttle, Actix Web, and Neon, Diesel. That's it. Okay, the Rust for programming, and wow, and the Shuttle to deploy, or backend to the cloud, and then Actix Web. It's a framework. It's similar to the web framework. It's similar to the Flask, for example, for Python. This example, there's a template and approach. It's similar stuff with the Actix Web. It's for Rust, and then Neon for database, saving data and etc. It's PostgreSQL, and then Diesel, Ibrohim. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's firstly create a new project. How we can create a Rust project? Rust project, cargo new hello Rust. Okay, and open up the terminal, and here we go. Just type cargo new URL shortener, for example, and it will create a new directory, a new project, and we can now enter and open this editor. We have opened it. There's a new project. There's a file main.rs cargo toml. In the cargo toml, we will define all the dependencies, all the stuff that we will use building our project. So put it here, dependency. And the next thing, we need Diesel. Diesel. Create a new Rust project. Second. Or setup Diesel. Okay, the next one is setup Diesel. Here we go. We have diesel.rs, and there is Diesel is a safe and extensible ORM and query builder for Rust. And there's some examples. For example, this stuff is this stuff. This stuff, post belonging to user loads, connection, deselect all from posts, table, name, where user ID equals to 1, can exist. And then, okay, getting started. There we go, PostgreSQL, SQLite, MySQL. It's better to use PostgreSQL because our next thing now is Postgres. Okay, let's clarify here. We should we should use PostgreSQL. For example, there is initialization of new project, and you can see it will add just dependency diesel. So you can just go ahead and install. If you use Windows, try this command. If you use Linux or macOS, try this command. And then weird stuff we'll talk about later on. Let's set up the diesel. Should do this. Just copy this and put it here. And there we go. We will replace with our URL later on. Okay, we have diesel. Should also add dependencies. Okay, here we go. And this one also. With PostgreSQL, and then search. We need Shuttle. Set up Shuttle. For this, go to shuttle.dev and docs. Click on the docs. Okay. For Linux, you can use this command. For Windows, you can use this command. Shuttle, you need to create your first project, and Shuttle run to run the project locally, or Shuttle deploy. You can deploy on the Shuttle cloud, so you can access your backend with a URL. We can try this. Shuttle login. Before, make sure to install the Shuttle. We just logged in. Okay, if we scroll down project configuration, we can see it says like how we can configure. Shuttle.toml can be used for project local configuration. Shuttle.toml or secrets. Okay, and there's a simple project structure. Secrets, shuttle.toml. Okay, let's add them. Secrets toml. Then shuttle.toml. And then we will be also needing .shuttle where the project configured. There is an ID actually. So I think it's better here, shuttle.init. You can say temp. We will be using Actix Web. Because project shuttle with a name temp. Yes. Now as you can see, it's created. We have cargo toml and we have also shuttle. There is inside our project directory, I mean the project ID, which we can deploy our application to Shuttle cloud. Okay, we will be needing this. We will be needing this. And what else? Let's also put out here this. And then cargo toml. We will be needing this. I mean this. Where is cargo toml? Here we go. Let's remove this. I think it's done. Now we don't need temp. Now we can run this application, and this is how does it work. For this, type shuttle and run. It's not building. Okay, it's building still. We'll set up the shuttle. Also integrated Actix Web. We try shuttle with Actix Web. And the next thing, Neon. Set up Neon. Set up Postgres database. We need just URL and replace this. That's enough. Okay, it's compiling. Come on, bro. Why it's taking so long? Okay, as you can see, after compiling some serial dependencies. Okay, not serial. Too much dependencies. We finally could run it. And it says starting URL shortener on localhost. We can go here. If you open this, hello world. Why this happens? Because here we have hello world. We are calling this function from here. But why? Because it's a GET request. And there's no, but we can also mention the endpoint here, for example, this, to go here, it will open up nothing, empty stuff. And when we'll put hello world, it will open the page. In this case, it will not open. We change it after running the application. So we should rerun the application. Okay, it's taking too long time, so we'll rerun this later on. Okay, let's remove this. We don't need this. And the next thing, we create a new project. We can set up the diesel, shuttle, and the step neon. Okay, next thing we set up the neon. It's also simple. We go to neon.tech. You should firstly create your account, and then you will be redirect console, where you can create a new project. project and tables in the database. Simple, just create a new project and your name, Postgres version 17, command it, and just it will create a new project. For example, URL shorten 17 Azure. Okay, create a new project. It's done. We create a new project and we can copy this database URL and our project, and there is listed all the tables we will create. Currently there are 0 tables. Let's go to .env Postgres URL, and that's it. Now the next thing, create tables. Here is also example how it can be done. Here, this is migration generate, and it will create a migration with create pastas. Let's try create short URLs. Here we go. We have migration here. To stuff down.sql and up.sql. We should replace. We should write our SQL query here. For example, there's create table pastas, blah blah blah, and drop table pastas, and it's on the down.sql, and then migration. Okay, drop table short URLs. Now you should create URL table, and the up.sql create table short URLs. There's ID, original URL, and the short code for this URL. Create a date, the simple stuff, and that's it. Now you should migrate this. Diesel migration run. Here you can see here schema.rs. Here we go, we have schema for our table short URLs. When we will be creating different migrations with different tables, everything will be written here and the schema.rs. So it's generated automatically by Diesel CLI. The next thing, establish connection our database. Let's create a new folder, utils case.rs, and here let's go, and the init secrets function initializing database URL secrets.get database URL. We're getting that from not .env, but we are getting it from secrets.toml, because we will be deploying on the Shuttle cloud further. For example, from here we are getting the database connection. If you call this function, we directly get the database URL, encryption, decryption stuff. We will talk about this later on. Database URL. In order to encrypt the URL, if you want to save the URL and the database, the combination of letters and the numbers, we should encrypt this and further decrypt private key using this command. Copy this, put it here, crypto key, and it's done. Copy and paste it on the secrets.toml. Refactor it. Now it's done. We can close this and we can close this. Okay, let's work on the database stuff. Let's create a new file, db, and inside models. We need models, 2 models. For short URL and new short URL. For example, Diesel table name short URLs. For example, we have here fields encrypted, expired, and the transaction hash that are not exist in here. Actually, you can add them easily by alteration. Generate, encrypt. There's a new migration for this. And now we can write alteration inside here. Up.sql. Alter table short URLs. Add column encrypt, and it's a boolean encrypted or not URL. Alter table short URLs, same table, and drop column encrypted, and it's done. By using this stuff, by creating new migration, we can easily add the tables, or we can also easily add field already created table. And this is the same for pirate and the transaction hash. Diesel migration generate expire. And then generate function. Here we go. It will create a new migration here. Alter table short URLs, add column expired boolean, and by default it's false. And there is transaction for this. Alter table short URLs, drop column expired. We're done with expired. The next thing, add column transaction hash, is name, and the data type text payment transaction. There's a no transaction, there's no expiration, so it will not expire never, and there's a no security. It's same alter table short URLs, drop column transaction hash, and it's done. Here we go. There's a struct, there's a no short URLs, there's a schema. Okay, the next thing we need operations. Let's create operations dot rs, and here we will be writing all the functions related to table stuff, database connection, and the new short URL. If new short dot encrypted, if this is true, we should encrypt our URL and then insert into database. And there's also some helper function, find by short code. We will be needing this find by shortcode, redirect the user to proper long URL, and find by original URL. We don't need duplicates in our database. There's also instant expiration. We will be talking about this later on. Get all short URLs. It simply gets everything from our table and loads. We can write a function for roads, shorten URL or redirect. For this, we need to create a new folder, roads, and here we'll be writing everything. And also let's put it here. Schema, everything is related to database and the DB folder. And the roads, shorten.rs, .rs to shorten the URL, send a request, and then redirect to redirect the user. Okay, and the shorten URL. Shorten the URL, we will be needing the short code. It's a database pool. There's a shorten request, what we are expecting to be sent as a post request. Original URL and the encrypt or not, and transaction hash create short URL that we will be calling from our main with the path shorten. Database connection, original URL we're getting from the requests, and here we will be checking our database. There exists this record. I mean this short URL. Find by original URL, and here set record for this. Should just simply return to avoid duplicates. Just trying to insert the record because there will be some while generating the random code, there could be duplicates. Avoid this. We're just retrying the 5 times, constructing the new short URL, and we're calling the function insert short URL from operations to insert this record to the table. Let's write a function for random code generation. You can create a code, random code.rs, and random short code, combination of letters and the numbers. Encryption. Let's go to utils and create crypto.rs. Here we will be writing the functions for encryption and the decryption of the URL. And here we go. We will be also needing the key and the nonce to encrypt the long URL. Get a private key, generate the nonce. Plain text here is our URL. Decryption is pretty simple. The first thing is decoding, deleting the nonce and the ciphertext, and decrypting and getting the plain text that is our long URL. And we are done with crypto stuff. Here we will also need the model. It's kind of umbrella model for re-importing the stuff. Here we go. PubMod, crypto, PubMod, keys, and the PubMod error code. We are re-importing everything. Okay, we have crypto, we have encryption, we have decryption, we have operations to insert the short URL, and find by short codes or find by original URL, so we can avoid the duplicates and etc. We wrote the models for short URL and the new short URL. And then also keys that will also separate functions, kind of security stuff from environment variables. It should be database URL, it could be crypto key, it could be APIs to create short URLs. When the user clicks on the short URL, it should redirect to original. It could be post, it could be tutorial, it could be YouTube video. Let's close this out. Let's go to redirect.rs and write function that will redirect the user to original URL. And here we go. And this is a GET request because when you put on the browser, it sends the GET request. Redirect short from the end of this URL. For example, there is a short code, alphanumeric. Database connection, we are connecting the database and the result. Find by a short code, checking the database and there exists this record. Match result. Then you should check if record is expired or not. So if the record is expired, we should simply redirect to homepage. If more than 24 hours pass it, so we should redirect the user to homepage too. And at the same time, we should mark the record as expired in our database. Soft tell it. If the URL is encrypted, we should decrypt it in order to redirect the user targeting page. Actually, we forget to update the schema. How we can do this? The similar stuff. Diesel migration run. For example, diesel migration run. Random migration for encrypt, random migration for expire. Oops, it created new in the main because we forget to change actually. Copy this and put over here. And delete this. Why it did this? Because if you go to diesel.toml, here we declare it src and schema.rs. But there's no in the src. We just put this in a database. So just put database schema.rs. And now it knows that schema.rs exists in a database folder. And the next thing we need also more to re-import all the models from roads. Shorten and redirect. Let's go to main and work on the services. Import roads. We are getting this from here mode. importing utils from getting here up here. And the next thing, database connection. We are getting the database URL from this function, get database URL. That is a string. We should create diesel r2g2 pool let manager connection manager PG connection, Postgres connection, and the new database URL. We're creating a new connection to our database URL. And we are simply passing the manager and the build. And the next thing, set up the Actix configuration. Let's config services. Hello world, the default stuff. And from routes, create short URL. And from routes, redirect URL. I mean the redirect, the user, the original URL. So I guess we can run the application. Let's run this. Cargo shuttle run. Here we go. Okay, it's finally compiled. That's crazy. Okay, let's click this and hello world. Now let's test this creating the short URL. Let's open the new terminal and for example here API test. I just wrote the CURL and that's it. Just put it here and click the enter. As you can see here, we get a response and the shortcode encrypted is false. This is the redirect. Just copy this, copy and go to our local host and paste the shortcode and hit enter. Now, as you can see here, it will redirect to original post deploy also. How? Shuttle deploy. And this is it will deploy on the Shuttle cloud. Shuttle deploy. Now we should wait again. It's deployed and there's an issue. Error while loading shared libraries. Lib PQ. It was crazy and took me a lot of time to figure this out. I just contacted the Shuttle on the Discord. They say there should be some custom bash script for this. Or Shuttle set up container dot. Sure. Put this here. apt-get install libpq dev. And this is already deploy, Shuttle deploy. Now it will work pretty well. Well, it's finally done. Let's see this. If you go to Shuttle on the console, as you can see here, the server is running. That's good, actually. Our server is running. We can check this. Just click on this URL and as you can see here, get request to hello world. And now we can make a request to shorten the URL. Not localhost, but from this URL. Let's open this URL. As you can see here, we got a response, original URL, and it's encrypted. Now we can copy the shortcode and put here. And click enter to redirect to the GitHub, the original URL. Yeah, that's it. And the name in our database, if you're trying to refresh it, you can see the tables created. The table. Yep, here we go. Diesel migration and short URLs table, and there's 2 URLs. And for example, the original URL, when it's not encrypted, this pure URL, and it's encrypted. This combination of letters, symbols, and the numbers. Shortcode, created date, encrypted, false, true, expired, false, true, and the transaction hash. Okay, what we have done, setup name, setup PostgreSQL, and then we created sample or sample API and point hello world. And then we created tables and the migration and also did alteration stuff. We the next thing after we made migration, and we wrote functions the operations. We wrote models for tables, and then what is it? It said we okay. Every time we called re-import models, not.rc. Every time we we did we import the models. The next thing, we define the routes. We define the routes. For URL shortening and redirection. And the next thing, utils, helper functions. We wrote helper functions on crypt.rc for encryption and the decryption stuff. And also we wrote functions to get stuff from .env file, or in our case secrets.tunnel. What else? Script error code, random code generation, and also random code generator is length combination of letters and the numbers, and the 12 main. We update the main.rs file to the routes to get connection the database, start the server. We deployed our backend to the cloud with Shuttle, and also in case issues with libpq. So in 5 we wrote custom script to install the libpq dev, and then I did another deployment as a custom bash script, and it works. So now servers, now we have backend running on the cloud and we can access the URL. Test our backend URL and it worked. Yep. And then that's it. Okay, this was just a quick tutorial on how to build URL shortener with Rust, Shuttle, Neon, and Actix Web with a diesel. And for further steps, you can just check the official GitHub repository, notlink, that is currently hosted under notle.inc, because it's powered by Web3 functions, 5 tries, make a transaction, wallet creation, wallet update, expire the URL instantly. So that's all about that. If you like it, just put star on GitHub repository.